Hello students, now in this video let us see dual simplex method. Dual simplex method. Now this method is applicable to those LPPs that start with infeasible solution. As we have seen, big M method is also applicable if we won't get initial basic feasible solution. That time we are using artificial variable. Similar thing is here also. The dual simplex method is applicable to those LPPs that start with infeasible solution. For example, suppose there is an example, maximize z equal to 40x1 plus 35x2 subject to 2x1 plus 3x2 less equal 60, 4x1 plus 3x2 less equal 96, such that x1 x2 greater equal 0. Now here, as all constants are of less equal type, so when we reduce it into standard form, we need to add slack variables. So here we can get the initial basic feasible solution. Since the LPP has feasible solution in the beginning itself, that is, it is start with feasible solution, So due to that, dual simplex method is not applicable. Dual simplex method cannot be applied, or it is not applicable to this LPP. Cannot be applied to find optimal solution to this LPP. Optimal solution or optimal basic feasible solution, as it has a feasible solution in the beginning. Now let me take another problem. Suppose the another problem is next one. Maximize z equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 subject to 2x1 plus x2 less equal to 3x1 plus 4x2 greater equal 12, such that x1 x2 greater equal 0. Now here what happened? The first constant is of less equal type, so it needs a slack variable, but the second constant is of greater equal type, so it needs a surplus variable, and the surplus variable will give us the negative value, means it doesn't have a feasible solution. So since the LPP has infeasible solution in the beginning, in the beginning. So dual simplex method. So dual simplex method can be applied to find optimal basic feasible solution. Optimal basic feasible solution. Now let us see the steps for dual simplex method. How does that method works? So dual simplex method consists the following steps, or the steps for dual simplex method. Dual simplex methods steps. How does it is applied? Now the first step is that first of all we need to convert the given problem into canonical form. You know the conditions for canonical form. The objective function must be of maximization type and all constraints should be of less equal type only. Also the non-negativity constraints are what? Are greater equal 0. So first step is that convert the problem into canonical form if it is not so. If it is not in canonical form, then we need to convert it in the canonical form. If it is not so. Now step 2. Now in step 2 we have to consider, let del j. Del j is now Cj minus Zj. We are habitual to find out Zj minus Cj. Now here we have to find del j, that is Cj minus Zj. Then compute it for each column. We have to compute it for each column, just like our simplex method. We will compute it for each column. Later on, while computing that one, there are some conditions. If all del j less equal 0 and all xb, or xb is also known as bi's, xb or bi's are greater than 0. If all del j less equal 0 and xb's are greater than 0, strictly greater than 0, the current solution is, if such a thing is possible, then current solution is optimal feasible. Now the second condition is that if all del j less equal 0 and at least one bi or xb or what? Bi is not greater than 0, means what? Less than 0. The current solution is not feasible. Current solution is not feasible. We need the next table. In this case, we need to obtain improved table. We need the next table. Also, the next condition here is that about del j. If any del j is greater than 0, then method fails. If any del j is strictly greater than 0 means positive, it is acceptable that it is negative or 0, but if it is greater than 0 then method fails. The method is not applicable to that problem. So now this is the step 2. Now step 3, let us see step 3. Step 3 is applicable. Step 3 is for this thing, is for getting next table. For getting next table we need a pivot element. So how should we get a pivot element? For that we need to see step 3, step 4 and step next steps. Step 3. So in step 3 the most negative xb, most negative xb or what br will give the pivot row, or that is also known as key row, and the corresponding basic variable will leave the basis. You know, the pivot row indicates that the variable leaves the basis, and in pivot column, that pivot column variable will enter in a basis. Now in step 3 is about pivot row. Now step 4 is observe the elements of key row. That is, these entries are just like a matrices. Now let me name them as Aij. Now in that one, the first thing, if all Aij are positive, all elements in key row are positive, then this method says the problem does not have feasible solution. The problem does not have feasible solution. Now second thing, if at least one Aij is negative, then we calculate del j upon Aij. We will calculate del j upon Aij. That gives, this is what ratio. Those Aij which are negative, for them we are calculating this way. What is del j here? This del j is what here? Del j is Cj minus Zj. We had already calculated them. Upon what? Aij. Aij means the corresponding entry of that row. So this will give us the ratio. The smallest ratio among all those ratios, the smallest ratio will give the key column, or a pivot column. Key column is also known as what? A pivot column. Means we get pivot row first of all for most negative xb. Later on, from this ratio, if we need to find the ratio, from the ratio we get a smallest ratio that gives us a pivot column, and hence that pivot column will tells us, or it indicates the corresponding basis variable, corresponding basic variable, corresponding, not, it is not basic, it is non-basic variable. We are substituting them as 0. It is a non-basic variable. Corresponding non-basic variable will enter in a basis, will enter in basis. Now here you should note, in this step itself, in the second point I am giving this note. We have to calculate this del j upon aij for only aij, those are what? Less than 0. The aij, those are negative. This is important here. Now, so as we get the variable which enter the basis, the variable which leave the basis, means we get a pivot element. So step 5, once we get the pivot element, so it is about pivot element, step 5. Step 5 says from steps 3 and 4, from steps 3 and 4, we will have key element or a pivot element. We will have key element or a pivot element. So apply pivot operations to get the new table, to get the new or what? Improved table, as done in regular simplex method, as done in regular simplex method, Okay. Now step 6. Observe the new table. Observe the new or improved table. Observe the improved table. If the optimal basic feasible solution, if the optimal basic feasible solution is reached, method stops. Otherwise, or if not, apply same above steps. Apply the same above steps. Means again we need to check whether, we need to find del j, compute it for each column, check whether del j's are less equal 0 and all bi's are greater than 0. If such a thing, then optimal solution. If not all del j less equal 0, or if at least one bi is less than 0, the current solution is not feasible, so go for improved tables. For going for improved table, the most negative xb is what gives us the pivot row. And in a pivot row, if all the elements in the pivot row are positive, then the problem doesn't have a feasible solution. But if at least one element of a pivot row is negative, then we go for a ratio, that is del j upon aij. Then once del j upon aij we get, so smallest del j upon aij, smallest positive del j upon aij will give us the pivot column. And once we get a pivot column, so that gives us a pivot element. And pivot element, later on we know we are making that pivot element 1 and the other elements of the corresponding column as 0. Then again we will check for the optimal basic feasible solution by finding del j, that is cj minus zj here. So the same methods, same steps we are applying to get the new table or new improved table till we get the optimal basic feasible solution if it exists. So as such, the steps of dual simplex method are applied. Now in next video we will see the problem on this dual simplex method. Now I will take the problem in next video. Thank you.